blockchain technology is meeting art at the landmark Museum of Modern Art, or MoMA, in New York. The museum is launching a collaborative project called MoMA Postcard, which invites people to experiment and create together using Web3 tech. Each postcard has 15 blank stamps that grows with each artist as an interactive NFT. So while we continue to see interesting Web3 projects launch, the value of NFT markets shows very little signs of recovery. Bring in Forkast Labs data analyst Yehuda Pester to talk more about that. Yehuda, how's it looking?
Hey, great to see you. Well, down and down the NFT market continues to go. Do traders care? Seemingly not. In fact, they're celebrating like it's peak 2022. And while I'm sure outsiders are looking in, probably a bit confused, let me clue them in. NFT traders are not really here for profits. They're here for the community. That happens to be a meme in the NFT space, but it's actually very true. Last weekend, the iconic digital artist Beeple threw a party for the CryptoPunks community. The vibes there, a perfect reminder of why people are so into NFTs. They make connecting so easy. Now just try to imagine why that may be useful for brands. Before we get into that, let's take a look at the NFT market, starting with the Forkast 500 NFT index, which of course, showing that declining value of NFTs. We've been talking about that here for well over a year, but also showing earlier in the week a brief return to the green. I know traders are happy to see us break that trend of market losses. Now, we wrapped up another week and month in the NFT market, like you would expect, both showing the market down significantly. In fact, last week was our 6th consecutive week of declining NFT sales, finishing with just 58 million in sales cross-chain. September also finished as the 7th consecutive month of declining sales as well. Just $295 million in total NFT sales across blockchains in September. That was the lowest month of NFT sales since January 2021. That's a 32-month low, and you should certainly expect that we're going much lower over the next couple of months here. So where have all the traders gone? Well, plenty of metrics show they haven't left. In fact, if our sales now mirror early 2021, I have to point out that our number of buyers, sellers, and transactions exponentially higher than that time. And again, I love to point out those metrics because those show the growth in the NFT market in a way that the sales just can't. So traders haven't left. Instead, it's the crazy prices that have disappeared. Average sale prices now hanging around $40. And to be honest, I don't think anybody's actually upset about that. We're also seeing some trading moving away from the Blur marketplace and the points farming that was happening over there. Well, now these speculators have moved over to Friendtech point farming, highlighting how much of the NFT market was actually wash trading and pure speculation. No story was bigger last week than the announcement from one of NFT's top collections, the Pudgy Penguins, that their adorable penguin toys and plushies would be featured in 2,000 Walmart stores across the United States. You might recall the Pudgy Penguins making similar news earlier in the year when their toys were available at Amazon, quickly selling over $500,000 worth of those toys in just a few days. As NFT projects try to solve the mystery of how do you raise funds in a sustainable way, well, the Pudgy Penguins, led by Luca Netz, may have cracked that code. Can they also figure out how to drive value to their holders while maintaining the premium price of their NFTs? They're walking a tightrope here, offering both budget toys and high-priced collectible NFTs. Here's the thing though, the toys you see in stores, well, those are modeled after NFT holders, Pudgy Penguins. The owner of the NFT art associated with the toy earns a royalty on every sale of that toy in perpetuity. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Ultimately, will the Pudgy Penguins be able to survive SEC scrutiny? Does this royalty benefit make the NFTs a security? Now, on the gaming front, last week we saw the release of one of the world's biggest video games with a highly anticipated launch of Counter-Strike 2. Many gamers may not be aware, but millions of dollars worth of Counter-Strike skins are traded as NFTs every week on the D-Market marketplace. In fact, D-Market's often one of the top-selling NFT collections, often outselling the Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks combined. And yet some people, I would even say many people, still doubt that gaming and NFTs belong together. Look, I'm a 40-year-plus vet of gaming, also a veteran now of the NFT industry. I guess you could say I'm speaking from experience here. My opinion, it's not a maybe, it's not an if, it's a most certainly NFTs and gaming go hand in hand, it's just a matter of when. And by the way, Microsoft's recently leaked roadmap, it showed a possible crypto wallet integration. Sony also has filed for patents for NFTs, so the writing is clearly on the wall here. Now, more news about NFTs in real life. NFT conferences, always exciting topics in the NFT space, and Gary Vaynerchuk announced that his VCon convention is going to take place again next year, this time in Los Angeles. Taking place between August 9th and 11th, VCon is the intersection of pop culture, business, and tech, and I have to say, if you're picking just one NFT conference to attend, you have to make it this one. And let me wrap this up with two honorable mentions, not directly NFT stories here, but they, again, will impact NFTs in the future. Mark Zuckerberg appeared on the Lex Fridman podcast, showing off the most high-tech avatars we have ever seen in something called Kodak. That gave us just a glimpse into the metaverse that so many people have written off that we all know is really going nowhere and that really is going to be every bit as big as we all had dreamed of. And we also saw U2 kicking off a concert experience, but also a digital art experience at the Las Vegas Sphere. Again, what does this have to do with NFTs? Well, first off, they've had an NFT artist, Rafik, featured on the Sphere already. But more importantly here, the way the Sphere is going to inspire creatives all across the world. So the metaverse looking really, really impressive. VR's right around the corner. These toys arriving IRL. Look, NFTs still very important and still worth paying attention to.